Have you ever suddenly woken up in the middle of the night with a question curling up inside your chest? Why am I here? What does Allah want from me? This feeling isn't madness. It's not rebellion. It's a revelation. You're actually rediscovering your heart. Part 1. A question isn't a problem. It's the beginning of light often. Society views questions with suspicion. You weren't like this before. Why so much thinking now? They might say. As if curiosity is a disease. As if reflection is rebellion. But dear brother, dear sister, do you know? Asking questions doesn't mean you're lost. It means you've woken up. It means your heart has started searching for something higher, deeper, more real. In a world that's moving fast, most people are just surviving. But when your soul pauses and asks, why am I here? What does Allah want from me? That's no ordinary moment. That's Noor. That's light. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. You're not doubting. You're seeking. And the one who seeks Allah sincerely will never be turned away empty-handed. Allah says in the Quran, and those who strive for us, we will surely guide them to our ways. Surah Al-Ankabut 29:69. Striving doesn't always look like action. Sometimes striving is sitting in silence, unsure but still trying to understand. Sometimes it's crying in sujood because you just want answers. That too is striving. That too is honored by Allah. So don't fear your questions. Don't silence the voice inside you that wants more. That voice is a mercy. It's not a problem. It's the beginning of light. Part 2. This storm has a name, Tadabbur, and you're not alone. You may think you're mentally breaking down, but in reality, you're falling into place. This internal storm, this trembling of the heart, these waves of questions crashing one after another, they have a name in Islam. It's called Tadabbur. Tadabbur is not confusion. It's not weakness. It's not a crisis. It's deep reflection, an honored state where the heart begins to wake up and connect. You might be lying in bed at 2 a.m. wondering, what's the purpose of all this? You might feel alone, anxious, uncertain, but you are not lost, and you are definitely not alone. This experience is not new. The prophets felt it. The companions went through it. Even the greatest of believers had moments where they paused, questioned, and reflected. The Quran invites us, again and again, to reflect. Do they not reflect upon the Quran, or are there locks upon their hearts? Surah Muhammad 47:24. Allah doesn't ask for blind faith. He encourages thinking, reflection, pondering. That's tadabbur. And when you're in that storm, feeling overwhelmed by your thoughts, know this. That very storm is a sign that your soul is alive. Dead hearts don't feel confusion. Only awakened ones do. So breathe. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. And this journey of tadabbur, it's a path walked by the sincere and guided by Allah. Part 3. When Allah calls, He sends signs. Allah is always speaking, not just in words, but in moments, in verses you randomly come across, in the silence that suddenly becomes louder than noise, in an event that shatters your heart, only so it can be rebuilt stronger, purer, and closer to Him. You ask, why did this pain come? Why now? Why me? But in truth, this wasn't random. It was part of your journey, part of the divine. Plan to pull your soul toward the light. Sometimes the signs are gentle, a verse that touches you deeply, a reminder that comes when you're just about to give up. Other times, the signs are sharp. A loss, a heartbreak, a closed door that you desperately wanted open. But always, behind them is the same message. Come back to me. Allah doesn't always call His beloved through ease. In fact, He often calls them through questions that shake the soul, through moments that force them to stop, think, and realign. The Prophet said, "When Allah intends good for someone, He afflicts them with trials." Bukhari. This isn't a punishment, it's a purification. It's a divine invitation. So if your world feels flipped, if your heart feels heavy with unanswered questions, pause, reflect, because maybe, just maybe, that's not life falling apart. That's Allah calling you home. Part 4. Not everyone feels this. You are one of the chosen. Every day, millions live and die without ever stopping to ask, what does Allah want from my life? They wake up, eat, scroll, work, sleep, all without pausing to reflect. No tug in the heart, no yearning in the soul. But you're different. You feel the emptiness inside. You hear the whispers in the silence. You wake up in the middle of the night, tears threatening to fall, and whisper, "Ya Allah, where are you?" That moment, that ache, that whisper in the darkness. It's not ordinary. Not everyone feels this. Not everyone is allowed to feel this. This is a sign that Allah is calling you, that your heart is not sealed, that your soul is still soft, still open, still alive. Allah chooses whom He wills to bring near. And one of the earliest signs of that nearness is the gift of discomfort, a soul that refuses to be satisfied by the dunya. Indeed, Allah guides whom He wills to His light. Surah An-Nur 24:35. So if you're questioning, if you're seeking, if you're crying without even knowing why, know this: you are not forgotten. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are one of the chosen, chosen to seek, chosen to feel, chosen to return. Part 5. You don't have to do something huge to respond. When Allah calls you, you might feel unworthy. I'm not religious. Enough. I've made too many mistakes. I don't even know where to start. But here's the truth. You don't have to be a Hafiz. You don't have to be a scholar. You don't have to be a perfect Muslim. You just have to respond, and that response doesn't need to be grand. Sometimes all it takes is one word. Ya Allah. That's it. Even your tears count as a reply. Even your silence when words escape you. Even that quiet whisper in sujud. I'm here. I want to come back. That's enough for Allah. He doesn't wait for you at the finish line. He runs to meet you at the starting point. The Prophet told us, "Whoever comes to me walking, I come to him running." Hadith Qudsi, Bukhari and Muslim. This is not about being flawless. It's about being sincere. So don't hold yourself back because you think you're not ready. The fact that your heart wants to respond, that is your readiness. Say, Ya Allah, even if it's broken. Even if it's whispered through tears, because the one who called you knows exactly how to receive you. And He's been waiting. Part 6. Once the soul wakes up, it can never be the same again. Once your soul has felt the call of Allah, you're never the same person again. You may look the same. You may still walk the same streets, talk to the same people. But something inside you has shifted. The old joys, they don't hit the same. The laughter feels hollow. The distractions don't distract you like they used to. And the old sins, they no longer bring peace. They sting now. Because you've tasted something better. You've glimpsed the light. Now you know. All the answers, all the healing, all the purpose you were chasing are hidden behind one door, and that door is Allah. So if you feel a sudden thirst deep inside you, a quiet but powerful urge to leave everything, the noise, the habits, the masks, and just go back to Allah, listen to it. It's not random. It's not madness. It's mercy. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on time, because Allah was waiting just for you. This awakening isn't a sign that you're lost. It's a sign that you've been found. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. Your heart is unfolding. Your soul is returning. Returning to its origin. Returning to the one who created it. Returning to Allah. Now, you have only one duty. Hear the call and answer it. With a whisper, with a tear, or just one word. Ya Allah. Allah is listening, Allah is watching, and He was waiting just for you.